Ladies and gentlemen, how are you? Already know what it is. It's your boy H1, aka SwimCon. Welcome to the Sonik Gemz Artist Spotlight, where we always bring in a dope ass artist to spotlight. Today, we have a phenomenal artist with a super unique style and super dope voice, who I think is going to, make a big splash within the HMI internationally. Every chart there is, everywhere you go, Apple, Spotify, Tidal, you're gonna hear her name and you're gonna hear her music. She goes by the one and only MahryLou. MahryLou, how are you today? Welcome to the Sonik Gemz podcast.
Thank you. Thank you so much for having me. It's always great vibes, talking with you. So finally to be on your platform, it feels great. And yeah, thank you for having
I
me.
appreciate you jumping on today and, just having a chat with me. Interesting stories. I came across, a small Instagram clip of this girl with white hair singing this like dope ass remake of one of my favorite singers. You know what I mean? A classic. If you guys, anybody that's watching this, if you're familiar with Haitian music, then you've heard of a man by the name of Jacques Sauvage-Jean. Had an amazing record that came out a freaking long time ago. And this dope artist just took this record and made it her own. And I heard that shit and I was like, yo, who is this? And it's this beautiful lady that we actually have here today. So I'm honored to have you on the show, MahryLou, and to just kind of introduce you to the Sonik Gemz audience. So where are you from exactly, MahryLou? Like, where are you from?
Listen, I'm from Haiti. I'm from Port-au-Prince. They don't call me MahryLou the Port-au-Princess for no reason. I'm from there. But when I do want to flex, I tell people that I'm from Akaye, which is like the town that my parents are from. I find it people, hey, that's where I'm from, but really I'm from Port-au-Prince. Grew up and raised, I was born and raised there.
Born and raised in Port-au-Prince. That is awesome. So what was your family like? Like your family life back in Haiti? I mean, did you grow up with siblings, mom and dad in the crib, a lot of brothers and sisters?
No, I actually didn't grow up with them. I actually grew up with a nanny because my dad came here when I was like 5 or 6 years old. He came to the United States. And my mom, she had me when she was very young. So, my dad took me, but then he came over here. So, it was his sisters, they practically raised me. But the thing is, they weren't really home because they had to work. Like his sister, his mom, everybody, they were doing their thing. So I had a nanny. It was the nanny that raised me and my cousin, which is my aunt's son. So yeah, it was me and the nanny and my cousin, the three of us in the house. And my family, like my aunts, my dad, my grandma, my mom, they very strict people, like very, very strict. Even though like they didn't raise me, they made sure that the nanny, the nanny knew what's up. They told me, listen, you have to be strict with her, school, you know the motto, you know how it goes, l'église, la caille. That's it. Go to school, go to church, then stay home. So yeah,
that's right. Keep your ass at the crib. Who was the musical one? Like, where did you get your influence from? Like when did you realize, like, yo, I can sing? Was there somebody in your crib that was singing, and you were like, you gave it a shot? Like, how did you come into knowing that you had an amazing voice?
My mom can sing. She actually was in a choir when she was young, but I discovered. I mean, I've always known that I could sing because I would always sing. Like since I was little. I think I was like 6, 7. Since I started singing. Since I can remember, really, I've been singing, and I really took it seriously when I was 8 years old, because this family friend, he gave me this book. It was an English lyrics book, right? Because I always had a thing for languages. I'm a sucker for languages. I was into English. Whenever I would watch a movie, I would put the subtitles so I could learn English. So when he saw that, he gave me the book. And little did he know, he had no idea what he was doing, because around the same time when he gave me the book, my school at the time, they were doing like this show every Friday. Like, if you have a talent, you want to showcase it, you could always go up there and sing, on stage.
Mm-hmm.
So mind you, I had never like gotten up on stage before. So I'm like, damn, I'm a little shy, but I really would like to do this. So then I worked up the courage to go on stage. I'm like, you know what? Next Friday, I'm gonna get up on that stage and I'm gonna sing. Learned this specific song from the book. It was "Dreaming of You" by Selena Quintanilla. The late Mexican singer. So then I learned it and I got on stage and I sang it, and the reaction was crazy. The feedback, everybody was so impressed. Everybody was so happy. Everybody was so satisfied with what I did, the way I sang it, the way I the way I covered it. And I'm like, wow, that's cool. Okay, they're doing this for me. All this for old little me, Lori Charles.
All this for you.
All this for me. I'm like, that's cool. So then, ever since then, I'm like, you know what, I'm gonna keep doing this. So I kept singing. I started writing. I started writing at 8 years old. I started writing a lot. I started writing, and then whenever I was in the shower, I would like hum different melodies in my head, because I'm very melodic. I like come up with different cool, like crazy melodies in my head, and then and then I put them into words, and then I started writing songs since I was 8 years old. I've been writing songs since then, and I still have some of my songs from then. So yeah, that's where it really started. That's where I really like discovered, what I could do, and how people like took it. I'm like, wow, they really like this. They really like the fact that I can sing, and they appreciate it. They enjoy it. They're like, sing for me. I like your voice. I'm like, wow, okay, let's keep doing it.
So from that experience, you learned, hey man, I got a voice. I love the way it's making me feel. I love the way I'm making the audience feel. Was that when it all sparked?
Yes. So then, I started writing music, and then I told my family, I'm like, listen, I would like, then around the time, that's when Digital Stars started. The show Digital Stars in Haiti?
Uh-huh.
Okay, so when it started, I'm like, I would like to participate. Please let me go. And then you know how, most Haitian parents are. They're very strict. They don't want you, like, it's all about school, education. So then they're like, nope, you have to stay focused, stay in school. So then I listened to them, and then I did that. I went to school, graduated, and then in 2018, I decided, listen, I'm gonna go to the studio. I'm gonna write a song. I'm gonna go to the studio and record it. And that was the first time that I stepped foot into the studio in 2018. So then I recorded my first song ever. And then after I recorded it, the people in the studio, there was this woman, and she was like, what? You're very talented. How long you been doing this for? I'm like, well, I just really started doing it professionally, She's like, well, you should keep going, because you're really talented and you have a beautiful personality. And then she is my manager now. Yes.
From your first time recording in the studio, you met your manager.
Mm-hmm. I know, right?
Super damn dope. That's super dope, which means you killed whatever you went in the studio, to go in the studio to record. Were you addicted? The first time I ever went to the studio, I was like, I love this. I'm never going to not do this. Is that how you felt the first time you went? You were like, oh my God, I'm like getting to flex this creative muscle, and this is like what I'm going to do. And I love being in this environment. Like, that was it for you?
Of course. Yes, exactly.
Fantastic. I think every dope artist, every new artist, especially every artist period, I think we all have that Zen moment.
Mm-hmm.
Going into the studio for the first time, and you actually hearing yourself back when you're like, shit, that's me. That shit sounds fire.
Yeah.
You're like, yo, I'm the best ever. That's the feeling that every artist has, when they're coming in. So, I mean, with that being said, I mean, you yourself are very unique, from style to the way that you sing your song. So, like, tell me, who is MahryLou exactly? Give me a few words to describe who you are, just as an artist, but moreover, just as a person.
Listen, I grew up in Kafu, so I'm like this, little this little dark-skinned girl from Kafu, very like, I socialize, but because of the way I was raised, like I like staying home. So, and also that's when I get the most inspired because I write in solitude. So, I'm a very chill person who likes music, who likes
Mm-hmm.
writing, so I stay home and write and write and write and sing. I like singing, I like dancing, I like modeling. Um, and I love people, I'm always making great impact on people. People find me to be very like positive. They always tell me, wow, you have this great energy. It's nice to be around you, and I have a bubbly personality. When I tell you bubbly, some people
Yeah.
get overwhelmed. Some people get overwhelmed by it, but at the end of the day, that's me. Whoever wants to stick by me, they're gonna stick by me. I can't change myself for people, right?
Facts.
So yeah, that's me. That's who I am. To keep it short.
I like that. I like that. A dancer, an artist, a true artist in every form. I know this is a question that you get quite often, MahryLou. I mean,
Mhm.
you're in a very unique position, just within, if we're just strictly talking the HMI, the Haitian music industry in particular. How do you consider yourself as an artist? Do you consider yourself a Haitian artist? Meaning as in a, whatever, like a million other Haitian artists, a Richel or whatever, or, Bijin right now, who's, doing her thing. Do you consider yourself a Haitian artist or just an artist, period, not just confined to the HMI?
You know, at the end of the day, I'm from Haiti. I'm from Haiti. Listen to me speak. I have this thick Haitian accent. I grew up in Haiti. I grew up in the culture, the Haitian culture. Everything that I know, everything that I am, it's Haiti. So at the end of the day, I'm always going to be a Haitian artist. And eventually, the ultimate goal is to, of course, like expose my culture to the rest of the world. But right now, I'm always going to be a Haitian artist, no matter what. So I'm a Haitian artist. I'm a Haitian artist who will expose our culture to the rest of the world.
And I like that too. I
Mhm.
like to be definitive in who we are as people, and the fact that you're deciding to carry your culture as kind of your flag and stamp. I think that's super dope and very inspiring. So kudos for that. But a question that you might get all the time is you being a female artist right now in the HMI. How do you feel? What is it like being a female in the HMI? There isn't a slew. There's a million male artists and bands,
Mhm.
but there isn't a whole lot of, well, at least up front, there isn't a whole lot of, female artists in the HMI. How does it feel being one of them?
I'm all about women empowerment, right? So one of my goals for the HMI, for female singers, female artists in the HMI is to, you know, I would love to see us take control, because it's such a male dominated industry, and
Mm-hmm.
I would love to see the females take control. Like I would love to see more female sound engineer, female DJ, producers, investors, because at the end of the day, a lot of us are complaining, and we just need we don't have to complain. We all we have to do is take control, work together, because at the end of the day, if you are a female, right,
Mm-hmm.
and you are under a male artist or a male period, it's just whatever they say goes. It's like
Yeah.
you live with your parents. They provide a roof for you. You depend on them. So whatever they say goes. It's about time we take control. It's about time it happens. It's tough. It's tough at times because it's so many female artists, but we occupy we occupy one position. Artists. Let
Yeah.
there be producers. Let there be, like I said, different positions than the artists. There are like so many like nurses. They could start investing, and like the HMI, like supporting female artists. If you see an
Mm-hmm.
artist that has a female artist that has the potential to make it, you could invest in that artist, because at the end of the day, it's not only just good for the artist, it's also good for you in our community. So yeah.
Facts.
Mm-hmm.
Facts. I 100% agree. Do you think maybe in the future there would be like an all-female, like Haitian run label, like just that strictly kind of just focuses on females in the HMI? You think that would be possible? Because you brought up a very good point about there being, it's just kind of being one-sided. There isn't many female producers out
Mm-hmm.
there or DJs. In shout out to DJ Nini who's in Atlanta, but like as far as just within the culture, there really isn't that many dope Haitian female DJs. So I mean, do you think that it's just maybe a lack of of exposure and why there isn't any female producers in the HMI? Do you think it's because of that? Do you think it's a lack of interest? Like they're just like, nah, we just let the guys do it. Almost like they're like I don't really want to do this part of the artistry. Like I'll leave that up to the band or whoever else is making the beats, or the tracks. They're like, man, I'll just leave that for them. Do you think it is just a matter of that, or just a matter of no one going, hey, let me show you how to do this?
I think it's a matter of, I don't want to say it.
Say it, MahryLou, say it.
I'm a feminist. I feel like in Haiti, like the females, we don't have a lot of feminists. We don't get the sense of it. Oh my God, I hope I don't get dragged for this. But it's like it's like we were raised in this culture to, we've been taught that, okay, the man is a provider. The man has to do everything for us. Even in relationships, it's like, you're depending on this man to do everything for you while you could do it for yourself. Like, what if I'm doing, I pull out my money and I pay for your service. I don't want you to do me no favors, because at the end of the day, there's no favors. If you do me a favor, you're gonna expect something from me. So that's why, like, I don't take favors from people. I pay for whatever you do, whatever service you provided for me, I'm gonna pay. Women, it's about time we like step up and, I know we can do it because we work hard. We go to school, we have a job, but it's time that we stop, like depending on the man and do things for ourselves. You go to the studio, don't wait on the producer or engineer to like do things for you. Don't expect them to do anything for you. Just pay. You know what you need. Go ahead and do it.
I'm with it. Big up to all the female them. You understand? Respect you, MahryLou talking big things right now. You know what I mean? So I'm totally with that. And I think it'll be dope. I just think, someone has to lead the charge, MahryLou. Maybe that's you. You know what I mean? You'll be the voice for the new generation of girls that are coming up around you and under you. Then they'll be like, yo, MahryLou said we can start some dope shit. So let's just band together and do some dope shit.
Many people don't know this, but listen, in the beginning, like I remember I was in Massachusetts, Boston, Massachusetts, and this engineer was supposed to, mind you, I paid him. He was supposed to like, we recorded a whole track, and he was supposed to like send it to me, and I don't know, he had me drive all the way from Boston to come to Jersey to redo the vocals because something was wrong with the vocals, so we had to redo it. And then I went there, and then he's telling me, oh my God, I'm sorry, but I can't find the interface, something for the interface, I can't find it. And he was like, he was bullshitting me. And mind you, I drove 4 hours. So ever since then, I'm like, you know what? Fuck this. I'm not gonna count on no engineers. So I went and I bought my own microphone. I bought my own interface. I bought the chaotic ball. I have my little setup in my living room. I do everything. So I record myself. Like I have my good friend named Breda. He comes and engineers for me. Like you can't count on people because they will let you down. So I did that. So some of my records that you hear, they got recorded from my living room. They got recorded in my living room. Yes, because
Bravo, I like that. I like that shit.
You gotta do what you gotta do. And I've been learning engineering. I would like to be a DJ. I'm not just an artist. I wanna, I'm learning the business side of it too. I don't just wanna be an artist who just sits down and wait for people to do things for her. I'm doing it. I would like to be involved in everything, So yeah.
Super damn dope. I like that shit. I'm gonna bat bravo for that because I like that. You took a hardcore initiative, which is the right thing to do. You never allow your gift to stay in the hands of other people. So if you know that you got the skills, what they're doing, you can easily do. You know what I mean? It's just a learned skill that they had. And so you did the same thing. You got your equipment and then you got busy recording your own joints. That's dope. Hope all of you female artists and just artists in general, that's a good example for all of y'all. You know what I'm saying? Or just all of us in general. Take initiative. You know what I mean? If your back's against the wall, do it yourself. You always have that option. It may be a little bit harder, but trust me, more gratifying in the end. MahryLou, with that being said, as you mentioned just earlier about feminism and, just kind of like, female artist togetherness and kind of building something and showing support. You being a Haitian woman, what would you like to see change for Haitian women in Haiti specifically?
Generally, or the artists?
No, in general, just for Haitian women.
I'm the kind of person, I'm very progressive. I have an open mind about everything. I feel like in Haiti, women are told how to dress. They are told how to fix their hair. They are told what to do with their bodies. It's like they're all told how to be themselves. So I'm sick of it. I'm sick of it. Like, we're not slaves, we don't need people to tell us what to do. So I would like to see the women, step up and, become like boss ass bitches and, like do whatever they want, do what makes them happy. Like, don't be afraid to be judged by people. Don't be afraid to be talked about, because at the end of the day, you can never please everyone. You just have to be yourself. You cannot be anything else but yourself. You could have a degree, you could have a diploma, and you're still a boss ass bitch. You're still a bad ass bitch. You could be a mom. You could be a great mom. You raise your kids well. You give them love, and you're still a bad ass bitch.
You heard? Talk that shit, MahryLou.
Don't let people tell you what to do. Don't let people tell you what to do. Be happy. Do what you want. Do what makes you happy. Haitian people, we're so judgmental. Like, don't let that stop you from being who you are meant to be. Be yourself. Be your true self. That's what I like. Like, here, you have Megan Thee Stallion. You have Cardi B. You have all these women who are in power. Like, I would like to see more of that in Haiti. With our women, because I love to see it. I'm here for it.
I'm here for it too. You heard that? She was like, boss up, ladies. That's what she wants to.
Boss up.
That's what she wants to see for you guys. It's more important coming from an artist of your caliber. People are definitely going to take it. And you being a Haitian woman who was also raised in Haiti makes a big difference, to them as well. Especially with that next generation coming up. How they're going to accept making that change to boss up, as you say, and do the things that they really want to do. So I want to see that too for the Haitian women. You know what I mean? I think you mentioned something earlier too, just kind of like, I don't want to say oppressive, right? Oppressive is like extreme, right? And then see, I used to New Year, so I feel like I don't want to. I'm not trying to shit on the culture, but in a sense, women are kind of like oppressed a little bit. Like, they're kind of like, damn, there's this very weird line, you know what I mean, that they can't really go by, and that culture, there's some women who break past it. There's a million examples of that, but then you're talking about a large majority that doesn't, and then they'll see you and they'll be like, yo, shit, I can do this shit too. I can be fly, and I can be independent, and I can actually just take a chance on myself, even if it might be a bit more difficult to do in Haiti. As a female in the HMI, do you think that looks play a major part into the success of the artist? Or do you think that really shouldn't matter? Or is that just in general for any female artist that there is that, hey, You know, you got to make sure you're looking good, you're sexy at all times. It's just the process? Or do you think that, you know, hey, as long as you're dope, you can sing or you can rap or you could do whatever it is, that's really what all that should matter?
You know, I like when you said, you know, if you think that, you know, you should look sexy, but at the end of the day, all women are sexy. Period.
Facts.
Sexy, you know, it's just that it definitely does. Looks definitely does. You know, it's a big deal. You know, it's all about, you know, like how you want to sell yourself. What kind of image you're selling. You know, because at the end of the day, there's different crowds. I could be like me. I'm very gothic, and you're like more like, you know, you're more like reserved, you know, why you still being sexy, you know? But it's all about how you sell your image, because there's you know, there's different crowds for, you know, different artists, right?
Right.
It's just that I find it like funny enough in Haiti, we don't have like, we know with our mentality, with our like mind, it's not open and enough that you know, it's like you get judged if you the way that I am, I get judged for it. Like the fans, I'm not even gonna call them fans, because if you're a fan, whatever I do, you should go with it, because at the end of the day, that's a fan, right? People, they just expect you to just do what they want you to do, when they don't realize as an artist, you know, that's what you do. You create, you have your unique style. You just, you know, you influence. You know, you can't change the art. You can't change who you are because you want to please the people, because that art doesn't work like that. It's like the painter. Oh my God, what's his name? Why am I forgetting? You know, like the famous painter, Van Gogh.
Yeah, there's Van Gogh. I like to use you know, Jean-Michel Basquiat as my examples, and that's because, you know, he was half Haitian, so yeah, I'm being biased.
When these people, like, they were painting, they didn't ask the people, hey, what do you think? Should I do this? Should I do that? No, they just painted. They you know, they went with the flow, right?
Yeah.
So as an artist, you know, you just, you know, you have to be yourself, and the people who are for you, you know, the people who really like what you do, they're just gonna stick by you, you know. You know, you could look, you know, you don't have to look like me. You could have your own look. I have my own look, and then, you know, we all winning because we need like that. We need that vibe in Haiti where, you know, you have like different crap. Haiti needs to adapt to the rest of the world, where, you know, like we need to open our minds, and, you know, like don't put all of us female artists in one box. You know, don't expect us to be the same. Don't expect us to be reserved, because I'm very open. I'm very sexual. You know, I'm very confident in myself. I'm very, like, you know, I promote self-love. I promote confidence, you know, self-confidence. So you can't expect me to be a Rachel. You can't expect me to be a Tanya. You can't expect me to, you know, everybody's different. We just need to have different crowd for everybody. You know, she has her crowd. I have my crowd, and everybody's winning.
Facts plus tax. Everybody's winning. I like that. Creativity and just being who you are as an artist.
Yeah.
Just you know, being as dope as you as you want to be.
Yeah. Yeah, you can't change the art. You can't change your art for people, because if you change it, the moment you change it, it's not what it was supposed to be. It's something else now. It's not the same thing. You can't change it. You know? You can't change art. You can't alter it, if that makes sense.
No, absolutely. I mean, you know, art is always subjective. It's all about how the artist feels. Mm-hmm. So, you know, in general, you're just giving them a piece of yourself. Mm-hmm. I have a very interesting question for you. Mm-hmm. This was a conversation me and my brother, shout out to Polaris Sphere, was having. He's an amazing artist and producer himself. And we were having a discussion just in regard to the state of music right now.
Yeah.
And what market are we currently in, right? So right now, artists are just dropping singles every couple of months, so every couple of weeks even. They're dropping new singles. Why? Because the world is changing. People consume music differently. They only give you an ear for a little bit of time. So, you know, it's a singles market now. And that's what my argument was. I think as an artist, for you to be great, for you to be considered one of the greats, you have to have a body of work. There has to be an album that defines. My bow example, right? Give you an example. Michael Jackson, Thriller, you know, defined. Saturday Night Fever defined the Bee Gees. Illmatic did it with Nas. You know what I mean? Jesus Christ, I can just keep going. You're one of the artists that you sang, of course, Selena's album, her American album that she did right before she passed away, defining album. It was that body of work that made people know who this person is. It's my brother had a great analogy. He said, nowadays, the way people consume music is as if they're giving you a puzzle without giving you all the pieces. And that album is what connects everything together. Do you feel that right now, just for you as an artist, MahryLou, that you feel like maybe you're just gonna continue to drop singles and just kind of stay within that lane because that's kind of what's hot right now, and you know, the way that people consume music? Or are you gonna give us a body of work where we really get to see the MahryLou picture, something that might define you as an artist, like Mary J. Blige and her My Life album? Are we gonna get one?
That's a great question, and I like how you guys, you know, you and your brother were going, in and out of it. That's great. That's cool. Great conversation. So for me, it starts off with the mixtape, right? The mixtape is kind of like an introduction. I'm introducing myself. Hey, look at me. This is me. I'm MahryLou. Hi, right? And you know, and then I put out the EP, which is like a demonstration. I'm demonstrating what I can do as an artist, as MahryLou. This is what I can do. And then comes the album, which is the big deal. You know, reason why it's like, okay, right now, what is business? Business is supply and demand, right?
Yep.
Therefore, I can supply if I don't have a demand, which is what I've been doing with my covers, my renditions. You know, I've been building like a demand. I've been, you know, like building it and creating it pretty much. So, you know, all my covers, my renditions, you know, I also dropped a couple of remixes. Those are gonna be combined into a mixtape. You know, and then the mixtape, that's how I'm growing my fan base. You know, that's how pretty much, you know, like I figure, you know, if you save money and you save a lot of time like that too. You know, you don't just go boom and drop an album when nobody knows who you are. You know, you waste money and you waste time. That's how I see it.
So, but eventually, we're gonna get, when you follow your process, the mixtape, the EP, and then we will get
boom, the album.
The album. So you feel like having an album is important. You feel like you should have an album at this time. Not that you need it, but you should.
Definitely, of course. Look at Cardi B. Yo, I'm so impressed by the way she's on one album and she's still hot. She's still hot on one album. You know, and I just love her tactics, her strategies. I love it. You know, every now and then she'll drop something, you know, keep it, you know, keep the momentum, and then she's gonna drop the album eventually. But you know, just like your brother said, you and your brother, you guys were conversating. That's just the new way of things, you know. You don't drop an album every 2 years like they used to do back in the days, or every year. You know, now people take more time to do that.
Right, absolutely. If they ever even do it at all, right? Nowadays, the way that they you know, the way that a lot of artists are just looking at things, they just don't see the importance, you know, of even, you know, going there and, you know, of dedicating any one piece of work. You know what I mean? But to me, you know, like for instance, I think that's what makes people legendary. I think that's going to be the difference. An album is what separates someone being a good artist from someone being legendary. Every legendary artist, you think there is an album or a few albums. Janet Jackson, Control, Rhythm Nation. It's like, it just, when you hear these, Wyclef the Carnival, as soon as you hear the album, it takes you to a place, I think that's vitally important for like true artists, people who love their artistry and take what they do extremely seriously. I think, and hopefully we start to get back to, we start to get back to that. I can't wait to hear the MahryLou album, whatever you decide to call it. I know it'll be like super damn dope. But what is one of your favorite albums, MahryLou? Like something that you're like, man, like Lem Dun the album style. Like when I listen to it, for everyone listening, I'm mad Haitian, so you're gonna get mad Creole in between this. So if you just get someone to translate for you, I'm sorry, I'm gonna keep doing it. But like, you know what I'm saying? You listening to that album and it just brings you somewhere. It like touches your soul. What was the last album you listened to that made you feel like that, or an album period?
I would say Michael Jackson's Thriller.
Yeah, that was like.
Yeah.
See, that was like literally like almost 40 years ago. It's like 37 years ago.
That's just
actually 39 years ago. Yeah.
Yeah. That album is just, I don't know. I haven't heard anything like that after that. Like anything that, I'm not gonna say that great, but that really like spoke to me like that album.
I think every like artist is influenced by, Thriller. It was only 9 songs, but it sold 149 million records. Like that's never gonna be topped in history, like ever again. It'll never happen. That's exactly.
Okay, I'm gonna stop now. Okay, don't get me started. Don't get me started.
I'm telling you, MahryLou, I mean, the Thriller album was, and there's so many other albums, outside of that. It's funny, the remake you made of Haïti Chérie, Jacques Sauvage's album was a classic as well. What made you decide to remake that particular record? And Jacques Sauvage had a lot of amazing records, and there was a lot of other artists, but why'd you choose that one?
That's just, that's the first one that I did. That's the first one, but I'm gonna keep doing more because I figure to be a legend, you have to honor and remake the works of like these artists that were here before us, that paved the way for us. I feel like that's how you become a legend. By remaking those songs. So I'm like, you know what? That's just my thing. That's what I do. I listen to the record. I love Jacques Sauvage. I grew up listening to him because my mom, she loves Jacques Sauvage. So I'm like, you know what? Let me cover this song because this song is so beautiful. So I did it because at the end of the day, these artists, they are amazing, and you don't see a lot of artists like honoring them in Haiti. You don't see a lot of that. But yeah, I wanted to do that because you take Tabou Combo, Jacques Sauvage on one, you smash it up together. That's just epic.
It is.
What this is it. Let's do this. So I did it.
Yo, let me say, you see what you just said, MahryLou? That was something that is a dope thought. Mm-hmm. As Haitian artists, we don't honor our like greats. You know what I mean? Like we don't honor our greats. Who do you think is a legend in the HMI? Like Lil Munsa, you're like, yo, this person is a legend. Give me one and I'll give you one.
Oh my God. There's so many, but since you asked for one, I'm gonna tell you one. Topaz Lemon, hands down.
What? Shout out to Alderman, you heard?
Hands down, yes. Oh my gosh, that guy is just, he's out of this world. That guy, hands down. Topaz Lemon, man. Topaz Lemon. He doesn't get his flowers. That's a shame.
He doesn't. I mean, people don't realize how influential Top Alderman was. Yo, my brother said at one point, my brother used to say that Top Alderman was like the best, like as far as just within the HMI back then, it was like, yo, Top Alderman was the #1 artist because he can do everything. He can dance, he can rap, he can sing, he can do like it didn't matter. And he was mad, what do you call it? Animated.
Yes.
So he was all over the place. Mm-hmm. Super dope.
Yeah. And it's his personality too. Like he has such a vibrant, such a like, I don't know. I find myself in him because I'm exactly the same way. He's very like bubbly. He has a dope personality. I've met him couple. Actually, he's we cool, but he's just dope. He's just dope. Like not just the artist, the person. Oh, the person. Oh my God! Don't get me started. Like oh my God.
Oh shit! Aldeman Escutan de Baz. You made a good ass impression, my brother. You got MahryLou over here going crazy. Crazy.
I'm all over the place. Oh my gosh.
All over the place. I'll give you one. And I love that one. Top Aldeman, shout out to you. You deserve all your damn flowers. All the original rap staff and King Posse. You guys were the 90s. You guys just changed culture in Haiti and for all the ones and everybody in the diaspora too. Like, kudos to all of you guys. For me, who I think is a legend, Emeline Michel.
Of course.
Motherfucking legend.
Yes. Fact.
Emeline Michel is like a goddess. Like she was like, I remember being a kid, right? Mm-hmm. And my sister used to go to this little record store in Brooklyn and buy all of these Haitian albums. It was like, this is old school, just to date myself. It was like vinyl. So we're buying legitimate records. And she would go spend her little whatever money she was making to go buy all of these albums. And then she bought this Akaikao song from Emeline Michel. And I saw this video on this like channel, this public access channel we had in Brooklyn. She was the most beautiful woman I'd ever seen. I was like, holy shit. Yeah. Emeline Michel is amazingly gorgeous and her voice was ridiculous. So she's a legend. And I think she will. Give me one more. Give me one more person you think might be a legend.
Definitely Jackson Version.
Facts plus tax. Mm-hmm. That's like automatic. Jaquito, big up to Jaquito.
The one who died too, Black Alex.
Oh you talking about someone that didn't get their flowers? Oh. Man, that guy was so damn talented. You know what I mean? He was so, in his voice, he probably had one of the most unique voices I'd ever heard in music. Mm-hmm. His voice was just different. And it was amazing.
It's a shame that, he died the way he did and, happened the way it happened. And this guy he deserved the world. Like, to me, I feel like if I had money, this guy, I would just give him everything because he deserved it.
Oh, yeah. We need a Black Alex Day. We need a Black Alex Day, you heard? Make that happen in Haiti or Miami or Brooklyn or Boston or Jersey, wherever there's mad Haitians at. We need a Black Alex Day. And it was just me talking about Black Alex. Another person I think is a legend. It can only be Alan Cave. I think Alan Cave is a legend. And
there's so many. Like, it's a lot.
So many. Sweet Mickey's a legend too. I mean, without probably the biggest artist I think we've ever had. And I mean, then the motherfucker became the president. So I really can't say much. He's reached a height that no one has ever reached. I don't think it'll ever happen again.
I don't give it.
I get it, MahryLou. So what are you currently listening to, MahryLou? Like, what artists are you currently rocking to? What's a bop? What you bop into when you're whip, or just like when you're chilling by yourself in your isolation that you love to do, but you're by yourself time?
Yo, I'm really digging Doja Cat. Ooh.
Really?
Oh my gosh. I'm in love. She's just can you compare her to someone? I would say Nicki Minaj, maybe sometimes, but she's just amazing. She's just, everything about her is just amazing. I love her.
Wow.
I love Doja Cat. Oh, I love her. I'm listening to her latest album, Planet Her.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, so that's one artist I'm listening to, and also Aya Nakamura.
Nice.
Yeah. Aya Nakamura. Who else? It's a bunch of them, but like, I listen to anything. I listen to everyone. But those two, I love them.
Fantastic. If you can do a collaboration with any one artist right now, any artist you want, makes no difference, who would you choose?
I would definitely choose Drake. I love Drake a lot.
Come on now. That's like a cheat code. You can't use Drake, Miss Like, you gotta pick somebody else, like Wu-Tang. Like you gotta pick like you pick Drake. That's the most obvious answer, MahryLou. Everyone's gonna be like, I'm gonna do a song with Drake like tomorrow. Give me somebody else.
Okay, but that's Daddy though. That's Daddy. That's Bae. That's my crush. That's Bae. Like it's not just the music. I get to be close to him. Shit. That's Bae.
Man, look, MahryLou.
That's Daddy. Don't do that.
Yo, MahryLou got me tripping, ladies and gentlemen. To the Sonik Gemz family, c'est pas faute moi, okay? C'est pas faute moi. Don't pas juger me, all right? Which means don't judge me, okay, my friend? Don't judge me. MahryLou has me reading, okay? She has me reading, which is laughing right now, okay?
I'm in the studio singing, hey, Daddy. Oh my gosh.
Yo, listen, Drake, if you see this podcast, my friend, listen, we got an artist right now that's like, she's with the shits, all right? MahryLou is down. She's ready for the collabo. And Skutandi, she's, what are you doing in the studio?
Hey, Daddy. Hey, Daddy. Oh my gosh. Oh my God. Oh man.
Oh.
I can help it.
Yo, Makari, yo. I can't laugh no more, MahryLou. You got me tripping.
It's the one. Ain't nobody else.
One person, Drake. Jesus Christ. She didn't say Beyonce. She didn't say Jay-Z. Nope. She didn't say Mariah Carey. She didn't say Nicki Minaj. She went straight for Drizzle.
Drake.
Well, I'm not mad at you. Do you think Kompa has the ability to cross over into the American market?
Like I said, they're probably gonna drag me for this. So you're asking me some like trap questions. Those are trap questions.
They no trap, man. No trap. It's not trap. It's no trap. It's no trap, mamita. It's no trap. Straight, you give me the answer like that, we do it like that. So you think Kompa has the ability to hit maybe the pop charts or R&B or some shit?
Oh my God. You know what? Here's my thing. Kompa is a beautiful genre. It's beautiful, like, no doubt. My problem with it, there's so much going on. There's too much going on. Like, listen to the commercialized genre. Listen to Afro beats. Listen to trap. Listen to, Kompa has too much. Listen to Zoo. Too much going on. Literally, I have this Nigerian friend, and I made him listen to a Kompa song, and he's like, "Wow, how many songs he's playing right now?" I'm like, "It's one song." It's too much going on. They need to change a couple of things. I feel like, And a friend of mine, we were having this conversation the other day because, he was like, if they're gonna book a Zouk artist and a Kompa artist, who do you think they're gonna book first? And then I was like, the Zouk artist. And he's like, why? Because I'm like, it's cheaper to get a Zouk artist. They come, they need a DJ and they perform. They don't need to bring all this like musicians with them. They don't need too much. Like, cut it down a little bit. Remove a couple of things. There's too much going on. Like, here, you see like the artist will come out with a big band when it's like a big show, right? In Haiti, it doesn't matter. They always have a big band. They have all these people like with them. Like, why? What's that all about? We don't need all of that. So I think that's one thing that's gonna stop them from crossing over. It's too much going on. Like, keep it
too much going on in the music.
Keep it simple. It's too much.
I beg to differ. Here's why I think that there is a chance, right?
Okay.
I agree that Kompa is big band music. The guitar, drummer, two bass sometimes, piano, synthesizer, all of this cool shit. right? In a singer or whatever. It's big band music. That's a fact. But I think with the way that compa is moving now, with groups like, groups like Cinq Impossible and stuff like that, I think they have a compa that's, to me, right? If the HMI had like slots, like there would be rap Creole, that's hardcore gangster rap Creole, and there would be like conscious rap Creole, like a Blaze One kind of thing, right? And then you would have, when it comes to compa, you would have the slower compa, which is like an R&B compa, and then you got like pop compa, which is the Cinq and the Impossibles and all of these guys. Shout out to all of these dudes. I think if they took an American artist, let's say someone like Miguel, and they threw Miguel on a compa record, on a compa track, and let him sing in English on a compa record, I think that shit would go. Especially the breakdown. For one simple reason. I think for the fact that people think that the person who's singing on it is cool, they'll give it a chance. Compa is not an easy music, right? And it's I think palatable, but I think when people start to get used to the sound, like they do with any other kind of music, that they're gonna be like, holy shit, this would happen. Do I think it'll happen from a Haitian artist? Not necessarily. But if I think an American artist, a popular one, were to jump on a compa track and make it ill, just sing on it, I think it will open up the market for people to give it a chance. I mean, they do it with salsa, merengue, and all of those. They don't know what the hell these people are saying. What do you think makes it so different, like Spanish music? Besides the fact that there's a lot of Spanish people who speak Spanish in the world, as opposed to Creole. But the sound of the music, you think that the sound is too much still? You think the sound will be able to cross over with the right artist?
Salsa, you say salsa or compa? Which one?
No, salsa is already lit. Compa, you think like if a Miguel or Trey Songz or Drake, your mans, if Drake jumped on a compa record, you think if Drake jumped on a compa joint, it'll be lit?
Like I said, it's how you do it. I'm sure if Drake hopped on a compa, it wouldn't be like, like let's take Joey Redfield for example, right? He makes compa, but his compa is less complicated. It's more like you can process it better. I don't know. It's like it's simple. It's it's not as crowded as the typical like the traditional compa. Like you said, Impossible, like those new bands. I don't feel like they have the traditional compa sound. I
agree.
It's how you do it. It's how you do it. Like you could put Drake on the compa. He would what occasion Drake at monter sur compa. Very different vibe. If I'm typical, if I'm traditional compa component.
Facts. I gotta agree. I think he'll make it palatable for people. People will be like, damn, what, like, he got the music style, like, what is he jumping on? Yeah. And I mean, it's, compa itself can be very, again, the pop, it can be very Caribbean. It can take different forms, So I agree with you. I think if Drake jumped on it, he would do something different on it. And I think it would be something great. Something I tend to talk about with other musician friends of mine that are in the HMI. I'm always just like, what are you guys gonna do to cross over? And they're just like, cross over to what? Like, what are you talking about? This nigga's crazy.
Oh my God.
I'm like, what are you guys gonna do? I'm like, I get it. The HMI is cool, not Fela, Jean, whatever. You guys are doing your tours, but I'm like, we have to expand in some point. Like, there has to be something that comes after this. Like, let's try to get it into other markets and expose it. Yeah. Like, we're not exposing shit. Like, if either you like it or you don't like it.
Oh my God, he's not with that shit.
Yeah, they're like, fuck that. They're like, this nigga's talking bullshit. Like, expose it to what? I'm like, there's a world out there, people that love. Do you know how many people I see videos on Instagram all the time of just random people from all over the world just dancing the compa. When they hear it, they're like, I love it. I think that there's an opportunity. I just don't think that there is enough of a push. And I think really from us in the diaspora, like we love compa. We play compa a lot. But I'm like, we play compa because it's just like an association to Haitian culture. But we're never thinking this shit is for anyone else. We're selfish with compa. We're like, nah, compa c'est pour nous. I'm like, no, let these niggas have it too. Let them have compa. Let them have it. Let's spread the wings. It can only be better. it can only be better for us, you know, in the long run. Your EP or the project that you're working on, the mixtape, outside of that, all your original music, how do you classify your music, or do you classify it at all? Is it, you know, does it not have a particular genre? Is it more hip hop? Is it more sultry, kind of like the Jacques Sauvage remake you did? Is it a slower pace? Is it more upbeat? Like, what is the MahryLou sound? What should we expect to hear from you?
Listen here. I consider myself a female Drake, all right?
Bon Dieu, papa. Nous retournons dans la Drake sound encore, bon Dieu.
Female Drake. I do music. I get inspired and I do music. I make music. I make beautiful music. So tout le monde a joined. Whether you like compa, whether you like reggae, whether you like rap, whether you like trap, whether you like I don't know, whatever it is that you like, get to tout le monde a joined net. Give back for tout le monde, because at the end of the day, I'm trying to make money, right? I don't limit myself.
Word.
I'm gonna make money. Like whatever.
Trying to get the bag.
I'm gonna go get it. Like we get in that bag. Listen, you know, I make music. I'm an artist. I make music.
You heard that?
Female Drake.
You heard that? The female Drake.
Female Dreezy.
The female Dreezy. You're gonna call you Meezy, MahryLou. This is the Meezy right here. You heard? She's here. Yeah.
Has a nice little catch to it.
Meezy's in the building. So let me tell you, Meezy. Mm-hmm. So it's a weird question to ask, but I'm gonna ask because I was asked to ask you. So I'm gonna ask because I have to ask and not be an asshole.
You don't ask me.
I'm gonna ask you, MahryLou. Does MahryLou have a boyfriend? Is MahryLou in a relationship?
Who wants to know?
Listen, I sent your video to mad niggas, okay? Everyone was like, what's up with Shorty in the white hair?
Oh my God.
They're like, yo, what's up with Shorty? I'm like, yo, I don't know. Like, she'll be on the show soon. Just got in me saying, you be cool. So you have a few fans that are just interested to know whether MahryLou has a boyfriend, she has a man, if she's single, or if she's just chilling, or, you know, whatever. So what is the current status?
People always want to know, oh my God, does MahryLou have a boyfriend? Oh my God. I would like to take her out, you know, I would like to have a MahryLou in my life, but little do they know, like, an artist is crazy. You know, you gotta have tough skin to date an artist, especially an artist like me. Can you handle me? You think you can handle it? Like, I'm not an easy person to deal with. Like, I'm crazy. You know, like, are you ready? You think you can handle me? I'm kidding, but I do have a boyfriend. I do. I have a boyfriend who supports me, and you know, he just loves me. Like, he supports me in whatever I'm doing. You know, he's just very supportive, very loving. In fact, you know, without him and my mom, you know, and you know, close friends and family members, I don't know if I'd be able to make it in the industry, because it's such a tough industry. You gotta have tough skin. You gotta have, like, I'm surrounded by love. Like, when I'm home, when I'm around my people, like, it's all love. They cherish me. They care for me. They show me love. So that way, when I go out, you know, into the industry, I'm like ready. You know, I'm refreshed. I can go into the industry and take on whatever it is. So yeah, I do have a chéri. I do have a boyfriend.
Well, fellas, I asked. All right, Monday pour nous. Malheureusement, yo qui joignent nous-mêmes, nous raté bas. Okay. You niggas is assed out. She still loves you though. Make sure you still support. Get the mixtape, get the EP, get the album.
Yeah.
And if you've seen her videos on YouTube, you know, they're very sexy videos, but you're fucked. I'm sorry, there's nothing that's gonna come out of that. Just keep watching the videos because she has a boyfriend. How does your boyfriend feel when he sees your videos?
He, like I said, he supports me. He trusts me. You know, he trusts me because in a relationship, you need trust before anything. So he knows at the end of the day, it's business. You know, I'm an artist. That's what I do. But, you know, he doesn't feel any type of way. He supports it. He's there for me.
Good. As he should be. As he should be. MahryLou, where do you see yourself in the future? what would your vision be for MahryLou in 5 years? Artistry or otherwise?
Hopefully, I'm already this big artist. Like when I say big, like selling arenas, touring the world. And I would love to have a family one day, would love to have that beautiful house, cars, those things. And, selling my culture to the rest of the world, and hopefully, by that time in 5 years, we've already taken control. The women, we've taken control, and I would love to see all of us female artists, Haitian female artists, on tour together. All of us. Why can't it happen? Like, what's stopping it? Let's make it happen. You know?
Let's make it happen, ladies and gentlemen. Let's make it happen. Let's support all the female artists. Let's
Yes.
support all the female artists in the HMI. Let's big up all the new artists coming up. That's paving the way for the artists that are going to be coming after them. And so we're going to continue to always show them love, especially here on the Sonik Gemz podcast. This is what we do. We drop Sonik Gemz. So when can we expect this new mixtape, EP, album? What are you currently working on, and when should we expect something, MahryLou?
I have something coming out soon. Before the mixtape, it's actually a single. It's gonna be my first official single. It's called Tutsuku. So stay tuned. Look for it to that. It's coming. That's what I'm working on right now.
Fantastic. Make sure you guys support and look out for her new music, her new singles. Make sure you go online. I think she might be up to 20 racks, 20,000 views on the IET Sherry joint. So make sure you guys continue to support, subscribe, and wherever you hear her music, you just keep pressing play over and over and over and over and over and over and over again. Get them views up, get them streams up. You know what I mean? Let's continue to support amazing artists. That's what we do here at Sonik Gemz. The spotlight is specifically for that, to highlight super artists that I like. I like artists because I am one, and you have a platform for that. So we're here to always support great people that are going to make an amazing contribution when it comes down to their artistry, and who take their artistry extremely serious. With that, MahryLou, tell your fans and the Sonik Gemz family where they can find you. Let them know your Instagram, your Facebook, all that.
Yes. So my main social media is Instagram. So go follow me on Instagram. The username is MahryLou, MahryLou. Go subscribe to my YouTube channel. It's MahryLou, MahryLou. Go follow me on SoundCloud, MahryLou, same thing. I'm on Audio Mag. I'm on Twitter. MahryLou, everywhere. Go follow me.
Go follow her. Amazingly great artist. MahryLou, I want to definitely thank you very much for being on the show, and that we're finally able to connect. Another amazing conversation with you. I will continue to support your music and your movement all together. I believe you also have your foundation as well, right? I believe it's the MahryLou Foundation. Am I correct?
Oh my God, you remember? Of course, yes, I do. I have my foundation that I'm, trying to establish. It's called MahryLou Foundation because, I've always loved, since I was little, I've always loved to help people. So, my goal is to have this foundation where I can help like women in Haiti, people in need, kids, hopefully, it works out, hopefully I can, have the, because I'm not rich, so I'm trying to do as much as I can, with the little that I have. Hopefully in the future I can have, like more people like chipping in and helping me with that. But yeah, I do have this good foundation. I help however I can because that's just one thing that makes me happy. Helping people, making people smile, making a change, impact people positively. That's just me. I love doing that. It makes me happy. It's like a drug. It's so good. It's so good giving. To me, it's better. It's just more rewarding giving than taking. Like taking, yeah, it's cool, but when you give and you see like the results, you see like what it does to people, it's just it gives me a lot of dopamine, endorphin. It just makes my brain like orgasm. I don't know. It makes me happy. It makes me happy, like seriously.
You guys, you hear that? Giving back and being an amazing human being makes your head orgasm.
Yes. Oh my God. It makes, trust me, like it's like when you're having sex, right? When you're having sex, it feels great. You know, you're full of dopamine. It does the same thing to me when I give, these people like come back to me, or you know, I see what they do. They help somebody else. It feels great. It's so good. I don't know.
It does. Giving back always makes you feel good. It's always better to give than to receive, ladies and gentlemen. That is the message from MahryLou. Make sure you support her foundation, the MahryLou Foundation. Wherever you see it, it's going to be doing some good for some people. And with that being said, MahryLou, you know, with everything that's going on right now, I think your remake of that IET Sherry couldn't have come at a better time. It's been out for some time, right? But right now, I think that record is perfect to resonate, you know, with everything that's going on politically in Haiti and just worldwide right now. For everyone that's, even if you're not from Haiti, you're gonna love the vibe. So if you can, MahryLou, on our way out to close out this Sonik Gemz session again, I go by the name of Swim Congo. Thank you for everyone that's going to be watching this now or later. Sonik Gemz podcast. You check us out. Sonik Gemz on Gmail, Sonik Gemz on everything. Pretty much Sonik Gemz podcast on YouTube, Instagram. You can also follow us on Patreon if you want to support the movement. You can also donate there if you'd like to. Sonik Gemz merch will be coming soon. And this is what we do. I go by the name of Swim Congo, aka H1. I am in the building again. And MahryLou, if you can, take us out with a little bit of that IET Sherry, if you can. You know, let's talk to all the people back home and give them a little bit of hope, because I think that's what that record brings right now. So if you can give us a little acapella to take us out for the night.
Yeah, this is a little reminder that, you know, there's hope. There's still hope for our country. It's a little reminder of what the country used to be. And, you know, and we're not going to give up. We're going to keep fighting. We need to keep loving each other because, like the motto goes, you know, l'union fait la force. So let's unify. Let's you know, let's love each other. Let's you know, we need to have each other's back, because at the end of the day, it's us against the world. You know, those, you know, a little bit of IT Chérie. I'm not gonna see too much of it because I want you guys to go check it out on YouTube, because if I give you the whole thing, then what's the point?
Word. Go check it out on YouTube, ladies and gentlemen. You will not be disappointed.
Check it out. All right. Nan peyon soleil leve chaque jour, c'est un coup de nan paradis, pou jan bel fleur nan mou blayi, nan ke tout moun da viv la dan. Te chans pou l'dekouvre, ak pied koko e bol an mer, bel fleur pousse nan chaque saison, ki empêche m'pati kitel. Haïti chérie, an devant tout sorti let mon melop noé, chérie. Pour bon Jean-Pierre Mango, signal cap chanté, chérie. L'amour blaye dans tempo. L'amour blaye dans tempo. Go check it out. It's out on YouTube. Make sure you guys check it out, and don't forget to like, subscribe, and leave a comment. Let me know what you think. All right.
Woo! Give it up for MahryLou tonight, ladies and gentlemen. Sonik Gemz podcast. Make sure you check that out. Go on YouTube. MahryLou, IET Sherry. You will not be disappointed. Make sure you subscribe, like this when we drop it on YouTube and everywhere that it'll be. Like and subscribe to the Sonik Gemz page. MahryLou, thank you so much for this conversation and for us getting to connect with you. We shall continue to do so, and we will always continue to show you support.
Thank you. It was a pleasure. It was a pleasure being here with you tonight.
Sonik Gemz podcast, people. Bra, 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 bra.